Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing very well. Happy Tuesday. I'm very excited to share a little bit with you today because I've been getting the same types of questions in different forms. And so I decided to jot them down, the same types of questions that I've been getting. And I'm going to try to answer them for you today. So here are the questions I've been getting. Number one is, how do I break out of my rut? I'm in a rut. I'm feeling really, really stuck. I don't know how to get out of it. How can I break free from the rut that I'm in? That's number one. Number two is, how do I get the strength to do the hard things? I know what I have to do, and it's really, really hard, and I don't know how to do it. How do I get the strength, or what do I need to do the hard things that I need to do? Number three, why do I keep repeating old patterns over and over and over and over again? And number four, this is the last one. How am I supposed to believe I can change when I keep doing the same thing over and over again? So I'm going to try to answer all four of those questions in this little conversation with you right now. If anyone has anything that they want to add, feel free to drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. But these are really hard questions that I get asked all the time, and while the answers might look different a little bit for each person, there are some kind of universal answers, just the same way that these are universal questions. How to break out of my rut? Why am I repeating my old patterns? How do I do hard things? And what was the last one? How am I supposed to believe I can change if I keep doing the same thing over and over again? And I think two things. Number one is, we have to have a really deep understanding, and I was actually just talking to someone about this, that everything we create in our world, it lives inside of us. Everything that is in our sphere of influence, we have living inside of us. So if you have a challenging relationship or multiple challenging relationships, or you have a job that you hate, or you have a situation that you can't seem to get past, on your own, whether it's weight loss or finding your soulmate or whatever it looks like, we have to come face to face with the understanding that we create our own lives. And that's really painful. And that's actually something that maybe I should have warned before this conversation started, that what I'm saying, it might feel kind of like a gut punch, because when we understand that we create our reality, it can be incredibly painful to take ownership over what we have created around us, and to understand that we made this reality. Equal to that pain is this incredible power that we have to change our present. We are all connected to the ability to change what we have going on now, and be connected to a powerful future. And so, as painful as it is to understand that my life is the way it is because of me, I also have to understand, on this other side of the same coin, is I can create the life I want. So if I can dream it, I can have it. If I can desire it, I can have it. And that's when we get into the next question of how. How am I supposed to do the hard things? Why do I keep repeating these old patterns and all of that sort of thing? So a really big point to the how is, before you get to the how and the strategy, way before all that, you first have to see that you're worthy of better. And I'll give you an example. I was talking to someone yesterday. Normally I speak to people in terms of the dreams that they have for themselves and what they want to create for themselves. This was an incredible woman who I spoke with yesterday, who was in a really difficult situation, an incredibly difficult situation. She has been in a violently abusive relationship with her husband. And she came to me yesterday with a single question. I always ask someone when they're talking to me, what do you want to get out of this conversation? If you could have the best conversation you could have with me, what would you leave with? And oftentimes it's a clarity or a confidence to do something. For her, she wanted the clarity of knowing she was doing the right thing to leave her husband. And I asked her, and if she's listening, I hope she understands how much I admire her courage, because it takes a whole lot of courage to change a situation like that. But I asked her what made her even come to me today, because she's been married to her husband for many years. What made her even ask the question, should she get out of this marriage? And she said it was a photograph of herself that she recently saw, where she had 22 stitches on her face from the most recent hospital visit, that her husband had abused her so badly, she had 22 stitches. And seeing her face in that photograph mangled, it shocked her, and it gave her the objectivity she needed to understand that she was worthy of better and more. And she was worthy of real love. Hi, Mayrav. Oh, I'm so glad you needed to hear this today, and you got it today. I love when that happens. So she saw this photograph, and it really, really shook her to the point that she said to herself, I'm going to finally do what I have been thinking about doing for ages. And sometimes we need to get shocked. I know someone who lost a ton of weight and became really into fitness and health. And it was because they saw a photograph of themselves in looking so like heavy and not themselves. They barely recognized their own body, that they saw this and photograph, and they were like, oh my gosh, I need to change. I can't live like this anymore. So obviously that's really, very different from the 22 stitches example. I mean, that's heavy. That's really heavy. But we all have a place in our lives where we feel stuck and we want to do better. We want to have better, but we have to first understand we're worthy of better. You are worthy of the life that you want. You are worthy of the healthy, loving, amazing, intimate relationship that you want, the incredible career that you want, to make the money that you want, to have the spiritual life that you want, to be healthy and fit. Hey, Varian. Oh my gosh. The FaceTime queen is here, you guys. Facebook Live queen. She is incredible. Anyone who doesn't know Varian should absolutely follow her because she has such good energy. I love just listening to her. Anyway, so as I was saying, this was a huge wake-up call for her. And that's what we need. We need a wake-up call to know that we deserve more, that we are worth having everything that we want. If you can desire it, then that's your soul talking to you, that you should have what you want. You are worth it, and you are loved, and you should have what you want. Okay, so you're worthy of better, the 22 stitches story I told you. Now let's talk about why do we repeat old patterns, okay? Because this one comes up so much. Like, why is it that when I was growing up, it was this way, and I promised myself it wasn't going to be this way when I was an adult, and now that I'm an adult, it's completely this way. I'm like recreating my past. I don't get it. I hate it. I don't want this anymore for myself. And the answer is actually incredibly challenging, although very, 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 very simple. And the answer is that we are recreating our past over and over again because we are trying to give ourselves opportunities to heal. And I've said this so many times before, but our minds play tricks on us. They lie to us. They try to protect. It's all with good intent, trying to protect us, but that protection is holding us back from what we need to be doing, where we need to grow, where we need to get to. And what we need to do is connect to that powerful future that already lives inside of us. We already are. A piece of us is already there and already living that powerful future. That's why we have the ability to see it in our minds. But the other part of us is tricking us and telling us that we can't have it yet. So what happens is we subconsciously create opportunities to heal over and over and over again until we have leveled up ourselves so that we can show up in the world and create a new type of life. And then the last question, how am I supposed to believe I can change if I keep doing the same thing? And the answer is you can't. If the woman or man that keeps the same patterns running over and over again can't change. You have to access that part of you that's already different. You have a part of yourself that's stuck. That part's not going to go anywhere. That fear is there. That's just what it is. But you also have inside of you an incredibly powerful human being who is so strong, who can be vulnerable because she or he is powerful and doesn't need protection because of how powerful and strong he or she is. And therefore can walk in this world and make decisions in this world in the way that you want and not being held back by that part of yourself that's scared, that part of yourself that's stuck, that part of yourself that keeps showing up in ways you don't want. And trusting this process of working through this stuff to get where you want is key. So like my clients who I talk to, thank God they have incredibly successful results. And I always warn them, it's not a linear journey. and God knows my journey has not been linear. You will not walk a straight line. There's going to be ups and downs. But I'm here to hold your hand, and I'm going to walk you through it, and we'll do it together. And if we can come face to face with getting really uncomfortable, getting shocked by the image that we have created in our lives, the snapshot of our lives that we have, getting really shocked by how we've let ourselves get to a place of creating the world that we have, then we can create the courage and strength that we need to connect with our most powerful selves and connect with our most powerful future. If anyone wants to chat more with me about this, I'd be really glad to do it. You can feel free to message me or put your comment down. And Varian writes, definitely not linear. And Varian knows, I think she knows that my journey has not been linear. I've had the good fortune of hanging out with her a little bit lately. So yeah, if you are in this for the long haul, you guys, if you're willing to trust the process and say, I'm in this for my future self, I am committed. It could burn down 5 times. I'm going to keep rebuilding it. You're going to get to your future self that you want to get to. And then yesterday, I actually posted an incredible story of my client. If you look at my Facebook profile page, of my client who is incredible and has that level of commitment and has that level of belief in herself. And now she is super happily engaged to a wonderful person. And it's understanding that this is a process, and trust the process and don't give up. So I hope this was helpful to you all. And if you have anything to add, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If this is on the replay and you're watching it later, I'd love to hear your thoughts too. I always come back and take a look at the comment section because I love hearing from you guys. So thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye.